Hey guys, Eric here with an Ultimate Frisbee video. Today we're going to be going through some basic offensive cutting fundamentals. In particular, today we're going to be talking about the stage, which is a principle that you can apply to get more open and to be more threatening as an offensive cutter. So we're going to be applying this concept in an example to start, and it's going to be from the perspective of someone that's now in the 5 of the stack and going to be looking to continue off of someone that's caught the disc in the underspace. So you can imagine if my player's just got the disc in the open underspace, I'm looking to isolate and then be the next option, right? So the idea of the stage is to close the lateral distance between me and my defender so that there's more areas of the field that are threatening. Let's think of it from a defender's perspective. So typically in this example, as a defender, we're usually keeping a buffer between myself and the offensive player. If the offensive player decides to go under, I actually have a shorter line to beat them to that space. If the offensive player decides to go deep, it's still a foot race, but I'll be able to at least seal off this side of the field. Imagine that deep cut occurs, I'll still be able to turn on my jets and protect this side of the field. Now, how can we take advantage of this positioning as an offensive player? Well, the idea is to apply the concept called the stage. Instead of initiating from this spot, my goal is to walk or jog or skip my player into the open space. And then as soon as my player has got the disc, then I can make my cut. By closing this lateral space, it does 3 main things. Firstly, it closes the buffer between me and the defender. So that means as I'm attacking that defender, this person is going to start moving backwards and they're naturally going to have their weight shifted more backwards and not as ready to explode and follow you. Secondly, it brings the player into isolation. If you are initiating a cut from here, it is very easy for someone to leave their player and flash into the lane and stop you. Instead of doing that, get onto stage. And if you do get on stage and then you initiate that isolation cut, it makes it a lot more difficult for someone to peel off because there's more space between where you're cutting and where the other defenders are. The last reason is by closing the horizontal space between you and your defender, all of a sudden, the line that I take to get an under is also a straight line, right? And then furthermore, if I decide to make a deep cut, I have all this space from here to the left to work with. So it's the difference between making a cut from here and then only having this space versus taking them out on stage, cutting from here, getting an early read and being able to work with all this left side of the field. You'll find that as you start applying this, the defender is going to have to start backing you more just to protect more of the deep space, right? And what that will enable you in this isolation scenario is just to go get the disc under.
Hey guys, Eric from the future here talking you through a few examples. So in each of these examples you're seeing on screen, I'm first walking the imaginary player out onto stage and then initiating my cut. In this context, I really enjoy using the jab releases. So in the first example, I'm doing 1 hard jab under and then exploding deep. In the second example, I'm going 1 hard jab under, 1 hard jab deep, and then coming back under. And in the last example, I'm taking 1 hard jab with my right foot, taking 2 hard steps towards the deep space, and then changing direction to come back under for the disc.
So that's a high-level overview of the stage concept and how you might be able to apply it and why it might be useful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if you find this valuable, please subscribe, it goes a long way. I'm also working on building an Ultimate Frisbee community that players can use to connect with each other and help each other improve. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave some information in the description as well. That's all for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.